rejection. Hey, you see fear upon me when you look upon me. That's why you are trying to hoop on me. But them they dirty and can't poop on me. Hey, me no hotel don't poop on me. No one no expert, God make me left that. He me love me so much so me no sweat that. Me no need setback from Jesus. And the devil is a liar, me no pray that. Hey, I'm so done with you. For all the hell you put me through. I'm doing better, way much better. I'm so over you. As a matter of fact, I got myself a new boo. I'm doing better, way much better. I'm doing better, way better since you left. I'm doing better, way better without your stress. I'm doing better, I'm doing better, even looking better in my Gucci dress. And why I'm looking better is 'cause Jesus loved the rejection. His name is Jesus. Oh, yes he is. Hey.
Good afternoon, Omega Radio listeners. Happy Saturday. As you know, at this time, it is time for our Omega Health Corner. And we'll be jumping into a wonderful discussion very shortly as we have a great interview lined up for you. But this is yours truly, Pastor Authentia Manning. I'll be here with you all today for today's segment of Omega Health Corner. We have a wonderful conversation coming up. We have Mr. CJ, who you've heard before. We have Dr. Clive, and we are ready and waiting to go ahead and connect with them today and get started with today's segment of Omega Health Corner. So we're inviting you all to tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a neighbor, tell a loved one, let them know to tune in because you don't want to miss today's segment of the Omega Health Corner. So we're inviting you to take this time and this opportunity to share the program with a loved one and let them know to tune in for some wonderful information today. So we're going to go ahead and begin shortly. Go ahead and stick and stay with us. Do not touch that dial. We will be right back.
Welcome to a world that is changing. Looking out the window got me wondering lately, will we be okay? Will we be okay?
Yes, sir.
One day I can feel the sun shining. Next day a bullet can leave a mama crying. Will she be okay?
Lord have mercy.
Tell me, will we be okay?
Truth is,
Life is taking everything that I have just to survive.
can I testify?
I got $25 in my pocket, and I think another 10 in my glove compartment. I'm trying so bad not to cry, but it's hard to stop it. But you say, oh love, I need you, promise you got it. So I'm gonna be okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be okay.
Sing.
See, I gotta remember that my God is bigger than any battle I'll ever face. So I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's dark right now, but I still see the light. Come on.
Why do we hate one another?
Yeah.
When love is the most beautiful color, it takes away the gray
I hope somebody's listening.
and makes everything okay.
My Lord.
There is the American dream. If only 1% knows what it means to really be okay.
Are y'all listening?
Tell me, is that okay?
Say it again.
Life is taking everything that I have just to survive.
Let me talk to you, man.
Got $25 in my pocket, and I think another 10 in my glove compartment. I'm trying so bad not to cry, but it's hard to stop it.
But you say,
You say, oh love, I need you, promise you got it.
help me.
So I'm gonna be okay.
Even in the midst of trouble, say,
I'm gonna be okay.
All right, good afternoon, Omega listeners. We are back, and as promised, it is now time for the Omega Health Corner. So, we want to take this time and opportunity to say welcome back to the Omega Health Corner today. Today, we are talking about something that might surprise a lot of you that are tuned in this afternoon, the idea that the human body actually has more than one brain. So, we're going to go ahead and get into our conversation and discussion today. And today I am joined with Dr. Clive and Mr. CJ. Hello, are you both on the line with us today?
Hey,
Yes,
I'm
we
here.
are.
This is Dr. Clark, yeah?
Wonderful,
Good
wonderful. So I want
afternoon.
to greet you all. Good
Okay.
afternoon to both of you. Thank you for being here this afternoon. So let's go ahead and start out with this today's discussion. So, Dr. Clive, we often hear that the brain is not the only brain in the body. What does that really mean?
Okay. Now, man continues to study the body. And over the last 30 or so years, is there an echo? You're coming through?
No,
There's
there's
an
no
echo.
echo. You're all right.
Okay. Over the last 30 years, the research has revealed something that has stunned man, that um, the body that we have functions different from what was previously thought or taught. And we are understanding that the 100 billion neurons that makes up the brain in your skull, as powerful as that is, that brain is receiving information from somewhere else in the body that is an intelligent source. And the more they check it, there's information flowing on the nerve that connects the brain to the gut. And that information is originating in the gut. And this information is so amazing that they themselves have labeled that part of the gut as the second brain. So indeed, the body is much more intelligent than we thought because it has not just one brain, but it's now recognized as having two brains. So there's a second brain. And what is interesting, Minister and Lady Man, is that this information, the brain depends on it and cannot function well without it. So it listens to the gut. 90% of the information flowing on the vagus nerve that connects the gut and the brain originates in the gut and ends up in the brain. And 10% of the information on that major nerve originates in the brain and goes straight to the gut. So there is a communication. Why is the gut talking to the brain? Why is the brain even listening to the gut? Because many of us are taught not to have so much respect for the gut. But here, modern medical science and research and study is telling us that the gut plays a critical, important role in the overall management, the overall success, the overall health and well-being of the human body. So the brain listens to the gut, and by our own admission, this gut is too important to ignore because it is releasing different what they call neurotransmitters. They are making chemicals. You might want to call them hormones or enzymes that are impacting the brain. They are flowing through the vagus nerve, they're flowing through the immune system, information flowing through the endocrine system, meaning the glands and the hormones. So this area of development is a surprise to man because we do not give a lot of credence to the. You have hardly been in conversations and people talks about their gut in any honorable, respectful way. They only speak about it in a sense of disdain. But what is happening now is that they have rolled out the red carpet. They have invited the gut. to the conference table. They have given the gut a tuxedo suit and all the full things that are needed to make the gut feel honored. And it's part of the conversation because human existence will fail if the gut does not play a critical role. So, yes, the body knows that the brain in your skull is not the only brain it listens to. Man is just coming to this realization. And one of the things we have learned over the last couple of years is right now, as we speak, 50% of the micronutrients inside your bloodstream is made by microbes, in particular bacteria. And we don't like to even think that bacteria is on our skin. We try to wash off bacteria. That's why we are bath 2, 3 times a day. But that's a fallacy because what we are now realizing is that bacterial cells outnumbers human cells 10 to 1 in the body. So us trying to get rid of bacteria, it doesn't make any sense. Us trying to poison the microbes that makes up the part of the gut doesn't make any sense because we know that they are playing a very critical. I go back a bit. The gut does not only refer to the part of body or the stomach that digests food, meat, and so on. The gut is the entire 30 feet of original YouTube. It's a tube running through the center of the body, from the back of your throat to the back door, if you know what I'm saying. And that tube is not empty. 95% of the total amount of microbes that live on us and inside of us resides in the gut, the digestive tract, the alimentary canal, in one of those terms used. And in particular, the last 5 feet of that digestive tract, which is called the colon, 40% of the total microbes in the body lives in the colon. The greatest concentration of microscopic organisms anywhere on the planet resides in the human gut. They are there and they're creating an influence and an impact on human health. So, for example, humans cannot even be happy if the gut does not make the serotonin that the body needs to be happy. 90% of the serotonin, that is the mood, happiness hormone of the body, is made in the gut by the microbes. And therefore, 10% is made by the brain. So we can't even be happy because the gut is influencing our very personality. If we identify our personality as the way we feel, the way we act, and the way we behave, microbes influence your personality as much as your brain in your skull does. Now, something of this nature and understanding can no longer be ignored. We cannot be ignorant of the operations of the gut because the gut is our second brain. In some quarters, some persons argue that the level of influence that the gut exerts on the brain and on the body, it might really be the primary brain. But there's a big discussion going on. So we don't want to get too much into that. But it sort of gives you an idea how much respect the body has for the gut. It's interesting that many of our doctors and scientists have not yet come to a level of respect for the gut. But in the body respects the gut. The body trusts the gut brain in such a way that it allows it even to function in times as the immune system. You see, this idea that they give us that the immune system and our bacteria in the gut are constantly at war and trying to kill off each other. No, thank you, don't think so. Sometimes the microbes in the gut perform as your immune system. It says that below certain threshold of offense, we will deal with those minor offenses. But if somebody gets a cut, a gunshot wound, falls and break a bone and protrudes, especially through the skin, then the microbiome the gut brain alerts the immune system. So, guys, we have a major emergency. Please use your specialized cell to come to the area and begin to mop up, begin to kill off bad bacteria may have entered the body and germs otherwise, and to bring order to disorder and to fix what you call inflammation. And eventually you see dead cells showing up as yellow in terms of pus and things of that nature, because the body is waging a war. So to understand that the bacteria performs as your immune system has shifted the narrative. We can no longer harbor ill will and ill feeling about microbes in the body. We ourselves need to understand we cannot continue to use products that kills 99.9% bacteria. You know, some people sell their products and argue that because it kills bacteria so well, you might want to use it. No, if you see that product on one side of the street, cross the road and walk on the other side, because your body is too microbial for you to use in things that are antibacterial, taking medications that kill bacteria like antibiotics, and taking other types of medication that kills bacteria. Also, sugar is dangerous to consume because sugar kills bacteria. Alcohol is dangerous because alcohol kills the microbes in your gut. And the food is not conducive to supporting a healthy gut flora and balance. And therefore, a combination of these factors and others has caused us to have what they call a dysbiotic gut, the gut that is out of balance. And a person that has a gut that is out of balance can never be as healthy as they can. Will always have what they call all kind of molly gripe and flux to complain. That word is in the dictionary for some who may wonder if it's out of thing. But all kind of things develop in the body if your gut brain does not work well, if your gut brain grumbles, if your gut brain complains, if your gut brain is unhealthy and unhappy and is wondering what on earth is happening, they are not even feeding us. And CJ is going to tell you more about how that gut brain can be fed with the products of Atomy. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to have you in this conversation that you may not necessarily have with medical personnel, even if you go to doctor for the last 30, 40, or 50 years. You may not have this conversation with a teacher or with family members or friends or neighbors because it is not a popular topic for person. But the time has come for us to understand the kind of body that we have so that we may lead a better quality life, live a more intelligent life deliberately because we are having a better understanding of the body. Ignorance is not bliss. I know I've been going on for quite a while talking. So I don't know if you may have any more questions or comments to make, Minister.
Well, yes, I do have another question here. So, you did mention that our gut can affect our mood. So, I assume that also applies to stress and even decision making. Our gut affects that as well.
Most definitely. Because when the body is under stress, it releases a compound called cortisol. It's a hormone, cortisol. Cortisol is called the hormone of death. That hormone creates stress in the body. It heightens the activity of the body, giving the body the impression that it is undergoing a major cause of concern, like it may be attacked by a wild dog or an animal or somebody trying to hold them up or somebody trying to take their life. So the body is heightened. But guess what? The person is having some thoughts even while they are laying down in their bed in an air conditioned room without any form of threat. The way you're thinking is affecting the way your body is working. Your psychology is affecting your physiology. A body under constant stress is dangerous to the gut because you're overworking the gut, you're overworking the immune system, you shut off digestion because the body says there is an emergency, so you don't digest your food well. You do not heal and repair well. because the body is saying you need to try and save your life, but there is no real threat. It is only imagine. And this sort of um, imagination, this type of negative thinking, automatic negative thoughts, they call it, and in the brain, is causing problems in the gut, and what affects the gut affects the entire body. So it is very important that we allow the gut to function normally and releases the good chemicals and good compounds from the good bacteria to cause the body to live healthy, live well, and be sustained properly. So, yes, stress affects the body in these ways and more, and can change your mood and affects even the vagus nerve. There's a lot of person. The vagus nerve has two sides to it: the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nerve. Now, if you are stuck in the sympathetic, there's fight or flight, there is anxiety, there's stress constantly, and it's like persons are just constantly at war within themselves. So many people are stuck there: drama, trauma, and dilemma. Now, you want to shift from there by fixing the gut to the parasympathetic side of it, or just to cause a good balance between bouncing between the sympathetic and parasympathetic. You don't want to stuck in any one of them. In the parasympathetic, it is rest, relaxation, digest. You feel on top of things and not things on top of you. You feel in control. The body works better. So there are times when you need to switch to sympathetic. You need to switch to parasympathetic. So there need to be that balance. And it is the gut that controls the activity of that vagus nerve to determine the mood that of the vagus nerve.
Okay,
Hope that
that's some
was okay for
very
you.
yes, that definitely answered my question. So another question for you. What are some signs that people might be ignoring that their gut brain system is telling them that it's out of balance?
Okay, so for example, if you want to start in the brain itself, whenever someone is diagnosed as having Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, schizophrenia, MS, which is multiple sclerosis, and other type of what they call neurological disorders, or psychiatric disorders like stress, anxiety, depression, mood swings, and such like. It is not a problem in the brain in your skull. It is a problem in the brain in your gut. So the mistakes that psychologists and others have been making over the years is that they go to the brain and pull up the nuts and brains of the bones of the skull, looking into the brain, trying to find where the problem is. Those are just the symptoms. The offenses are caused inside of the gut. So any brain problem, you don't fix problems of the brain from in the brain. The new narrative is to fix the brain from inside the gut. Same thing with the skin. Any skin eruption that you have, with the acne, rosacea, dermatitis, contact dermatitis, or acne, or anything of that nature. The problem, for example, is not really on the skin. It shows up as a symptom on the skin, but the problem is inside of where? Inside of the gut. The same thing with breathing disorders. The same thing with cardiovascular issues. The same things with bone issues, muscle issues, and call the name of the 12 organ systems. They are all connected to the gut. And if there's dysfunction in the gut, it will show up as symptoms of sickness and diseases. And the system is good at naming diseases for the body. But they are now looking at the fact that it is the gut that is disturbed. There's the gut that is imbalanced. And many forward thinking scientists are now fixing issues in the gut to fix the issues in your tissues, in the different organ systems of the body. And that is where science has gone. Many medical personnel, doctors and so on, have not yet arrived at this point. And therefore, many patients are at a severe disadvantage in terms of using old medicine in a time of 2026 when new science is available. So people are now looking to fix the gut because there are keystone species of bacteria that is now missing, has become damaged, as is complaining, has been killed off by a lot of the chemicals that we are using to fix the body, is damaging the body. So those bacteria that are missing, we have to put them back put them back on the job to do what God assigned them to do, which is to maintain the health of the human body. And if not, we'll keep on treating symptoms of disease and sickness all the days of our lives, and we don't get the real true answers. Ladies and gentlemen, the initiative must be taken by your doctor or primary care provider to fix the issues of the gut, or if it is not fixed, we'll be complaining until the day we die.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So I do have one more question for you before we get into the Atomy products. Are there any simple
Yes.
foods or daily habits that people can start doing right away to support this gut brain connection?
Yes, truth be told, is that what we call food, the body doesn't call it food. The things we go to supermarket, etc., and buy in bags, boxes, cans, and bottles, those are refined, acidic, processed, that makes them poisonous, inflammatory, and nutrient lacking. The body needs nutrients, but here we are going to supermarkets, restaurants, and buying things that is satisfying to the taste bud, but the microbes in the body are being starved, and they are complaining and say, "What happened to us?" We have to eat like a pregnant woman. Eat for yourself and eat for the other things that call your body home, because we do not have our bodies to ourselves. We have 700 trillion microbes that is legal on the body. And we need to eat food that contains information, instructions, data, and codes that only can come from God plant life. That's why we say plant life gives life, natural things. But what man makes is not qualified to feed the body, because man does not understand the body enough. God reserved the right to make man's food and to make man's medicine. Because at the end of the day, your fate is in your plate. And if you eat the diet of the culture, you're going to get the disease of the culture. That is why we keep on getting diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, stroke, and all these other chronic, degenerative, debilitating, progressive diseases, because the diet is wrong and our lifestyle is wrong. We keep on using these things that we buy and come home to clean the bathroom, and those toxic chemicals damage us. The things that we spray on our body, those perfume and those colognes, those are toxic to the body. Anything you spray on the skin ends up in your blood. It's going to be toxic to your blood, and therefore toxic to the microbes that lives in the body. We have to learn how to buy better personal care products that are organic, that are natural, and if you cannot eat it, don't put it on your skin. There are other things we could say, but I'm hoping that I'll give you an overall thing. And in terms of more food to eat, food with that are vegetables, food with fiber, because the bacteria like fiber, and fruits with polyphenols, like the mangoes and the oranges, the artiniques, and you know a lot of fruits, those colored fruits, a lot of those colored fruits have a lot of what they call polyphenols that are useful to the gut microbiome. Make them healthy, they make you healthy. If they are not sick, you will never get sick. You only get sick if you don't respect or know about and appreciate your microbes enough to cater for them. And if you cater to them, they cater to you full on.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Campbell. We'll hear a little bit more from you shortly, but I want to address this next question to Mr. CJ. So, how do the products, the wellness products offered by Atomy, assist and tie into supporting this gut brain connection?
Thank you, Lady Manning. This is a wonderful, wonderful platform. And what we have here is Dr. Mr. Microbiome Campbell doing an outstanding job. Thanks for the opportunity to address the matter of the second brain. And yes, here in the Atomy Wellness Store, there is a product called the probiotics, right to the point. Each each packet contains over 20 billion CFUs, colony forming units. And because over time some will die off, every time you take one, two of those capsules, that's releasing into your gut biome over 3 billion CFUs. What is that doing? That is feeding the flora. That is fighting against all the molds and the protein that is leaking into your bloodstream. It is, it is correcting the wrong. For those who have been on recent medications with the antibiotics, you got to get your probiotics. I have discovered doing my research that the probiotics that we take, it's going to take at least 2 years to address the damage that is done by the antibiotics. 2 years. And so we bring to the conversation the Actimel probiotics, the best that there is, over 12 different strains. Most probiotics on the market is offering you 3 or 4 different strains. This comes with 12. And out of the 12, 3 billion each time you take your probiotics is released into your gut biome. When we discover that our stool, you asked Dr. Clive that question, what are the signs? Here's a simple one, an easy one. If that stool is smelly, it is telling you something. There is poor digestion taking place. The brain in the gut is unhealthy, is unhappy, it is cracked. I give you this. As a little boy growing up in Jamaica, I used to hear my mom say concerning folks who were not behaving right, she would say, be careful, she's cracked, or he's kind of cracked, because of the weird, unorthodox behavior from the individual. So it is with the gut, the second brain. It cracked, it not functioning right. And so, as Dr. Clive pointed out, all those mental disorders, the anxiety, the depression, the mood swings, the autism, the bipolar behavior, the addictions, that's what's happening because of an unhealthy or broken gut. So, back to the question, the probiotics is an absolute must. And by the way, you cannot overdose on probiotics. You may overdose on other medication or supplements, but you cannot overdose on probiotics. So let me just leave it there and allow you to you ask your questions, Lady Manning, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for sharing that. So let's get practical. This question is addressed to the both of you. So what are some things that we can actually do starting right away, starting now for those that are listening? So we've heard about the probiotics and managing what you put into your system and also what you put on your skin. But what are some things that we can do right away to take care of the gut brain the same way that we take care of the brain in our head?
Okay, that's a powerful question. And about
Yes.
what CJ has said, in the probiotic product from Atomy, it is not only probiotics in terms of 12 important microbial strains, particular bacteria, but it's also a prebiotic which contains the things to feed the microbes. Because we are not eating in this modern day world with all our cupboards and refrigerators full of food, so to speak. We are not eating correctly. We are overly fed, overly doctored, overly medicated, and we are malnourished. Everywhere you look is food, but still you have to be searching for food. In this probiotic product, you get the bacteria to replace the ones that have died down or died off, and therefore your gut don't function well. And you get those are the probiotics. Then the prebiotics, including inulin, which are soluble fiber that bacteria breaks down makes short chain fatty acids that butyrate, acetate, propionate to feed the body. Butyrate heals the gut, and butyrate heals and feeds the mitochondria in the cell to make your energy and help the cell to function well. So, ladies and gentlemen, Atomy has taken the hard work out of you trying to go to 50 different countries to find the ingredients to make up this product. It is right there on the mall. CJ and Bishop will tell you how to get it. And you order it, you get it, and you bless it, you use it, and see your gut smiling again. Your gut happy again. Your gut healthy again. And ladies and gentlemen, a healthy gut results in a healthy you. So this product, top of the line, but look at it. While persons are killing bacteria, why are some well-informed scientists making products to feed bacteria? Look at that. There is a gap because the old knowledge of killing bacteria, those days are gone. The era has come that you nourish microbes, and if they are healthy, then there is no war. Until the philosophy and owes one race superior and another inferior is totally abandoned and discredited,
War,
there's going to be war.
war,
Don't invite
war in
war
the
into
gut.
your body. Invite peace and get good products
Yes,
to feed your good up body. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. Thank you. So, Mr. CJ, same question to you.
yes,
What can we do
yes.
to aid the system the same way we take care of the brain in our head?
Okay. I'm going to say something here. That was a masterful job, by the way, Dr. Clive. It's such a pleasure hearing you expound. When I was growing up, again, that is, I'm perhaps one, two generations ahead of most or someone to call. There was a soap, Dr. Clive, that we used to
Yes.
use in Jamaica called the Drax Carbolic, called the a
Yes.
germicidal soap. And it's in recent years that I have come to realize that we were doing our body so much harm. The soap we
Mm.
use, the shampoos, the body washes, everything is antibacterial, when in fact we are doing the body so much harm. If it goes on the skin, it's going to go in and ultimately into the gut. Uh,
Yes.
what's the solution? Okay, so we need to go plant based. Everything uh, plant based. Do you know you can actually bathe with your pawpaw? Yeah, pawpaw soap. Make your own soap. But back to the point of the probiotics, Dr. Clive and Lady Manning. This is unlike all the other probiotics out there. This is after 80 years of research. They have gone so deep into the study and the science of the biome and the probiotics that even the shampoo for the hair, they have realized that even the scalp has its own biome. Take me serious when I say
Yes.
this. The 12 different strains that you have in the Atomy probiotics, you have the prebiotics, you have the probiotics, everything in there is designed to wake up the flora in the gut and to reverse the curse. I did mention a moment ago that because of the invasion of those antibiotics in the body, when you think that you have gotten over that ailment, whether it was the toothache, the this, the that, it is quietly taking the body 2 years at least to restore that
Mm.
biome to good health. So we got to get our probiotics. We also need to get our omega 3s. Again, a superior quality omega 3 to break down all the animal fats in the body, assisting in the digestion of all those animal fat in the body. And I'll just touch another one. It's in the shopping mall for those who have to eat meat. There is a product called the Finezyme. That is your enzyme to the nth degree that will go a far way in breaking down the animal fat in the gut. Back to you, Lady Manning.
Wonderful. Thank you both for sharing that. Thank you. That was a great takeaway there. So, My next question for you all as we get ready to wrap up for today. So for someone who's listening right now who feels tired, feels overwhelmed, dehydrated, malnourished, mentally foggy, what is some things that they can start doing today to change their lifestyle, their daily habits, in addition to the prebiotics and probiotics that you mentioned from Atomy, which will give them the information on that shortly. But in addition to that, what are some things that they can start doing today?
You're starting, CJ?
Uh, well, what we have a problem with our nutrition to begin with. We are in this modern breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We everything is so is so modernized, and the cereal, all these things that we're eating. We need to go more fruits and vegetables. Get the fiber in our system. The the what we are eating, the nutrition content is so poor that we need to do some supplementation. So again, let's get a hold of the probiotics in the Atomy Wellness Store. Let's get our omegas, and let us also for those who need to bring back that gut into good health. Maybe we might want to look at the fine zyme, but for for um for us right now, wanting to turn this thing around, let's start eating more fruits and more vegetables. Let's drink our water. Hydration is an absolute must to help to flush out the toxins and the contaminants out of the body. I'll just stop right there for now.
Okay, thanks. What I'll add to that is that we must watch our sleep. A lot of persons have big bed but get little sleep. They go to bed
Mm,
late at night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. No, your body starts healing at 9 p.m. and goes to
mm,
3 a.m. That 6 hour window. If you're not
yes,
healing, you're hurting your body. You can't be up when your body wants to heal. And if you keep on doing that week after week, month after month, year after year, then your body is not healing. That is why it is breaking down. So watch your sleep. Get your sleep. Don't bring any books to read in your bed. Don't bring any snacks to eat in your bed. Take the TV out to your room. Don't charge your cell phone inside your room. Put it somewhere else. Because these are things. Get rid of blue lights, we are told. Because
yes,
the bedroom need to return to be the bedroom. Sleep is a
that's
place
right.
of sleep.
That's
But we're
right.
doing all kind
Take
of
out that TV
gymnastics
out
in
of
the
the room,
bedroom these
put
days.
it somewhere
That is
else.
why we can't even heal.
That's right.
But there's a major one. When I'm going to shift, we
The
need to
radiation.
exercise. A lot of people only exercise when they transport their dinner from the stove to the table and they move their mouth. That's not enough exercise. You sleep in the couch, drop asleep, and such like. And a good time to exercise is just after you eat. Let the big
Correct. Yes,
muscles
yes,
burn
yes.
up some of those calories. So we need to exercise. And as CJ said, we need to hydrate properly. And I want to suggest break up with your breakfast. Nowadays, the new idea is intermittent fasting, time restricted eating. If your last meal was at 6 p.m., by 6 a.m. in the morning, that is 12 hours.
Hmm.
All right, let's say
Yes.
don't eat until 8. Then you move from don't eat until 10. Don't eat until 12 and only eat in that 6 hour window between 12 noon and 6 p.m. Eat 2 meals. Because if you really want to change, if you don't change something you do on a daily basis, you're not going to change. So change those little
Hmm.
things, and those little things will have big rewards. So we're consuming all that sugar so early, you release a lot of insulin. Insulin stays high the entire day, and insulin dark side is that it causes you to grow in terms of the fat cells. You put on the weight, you do all kind of gymnastics, and the weight is not going. You take all kind of different expensive things not going, but restrict the amount of food you're eating. The Japanese says only
Correct.
eat 80% full. Some of us, in Jamaican terms, we eat until our mouth stretch. No. Eat until you feel like you eat some more and you stop eating.
And
And
snap.
because we are
That's right.
overeating and then we snack in between. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave that with you until another time. Thank you for asking.
Thank you both. Thank you.
If
So,
I
what
if I
are
could just add one quick one,
yes, sir? Go right ahead.
Lady Manning.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Have you ever noticed some folks talk about and it don't taste fresh, it don't taste good, I don't like how it tastes. This tasting thing is very, very deceptive. And a lot of times when someone will say it's fresh, the thing is beyond sweet already. And sometimes we think we need to taste something. We don't need to taste anything. What's happening there? The gut crack. The gut is inflamed. The gut is out of whack. When the gut is in harmony, when things are right down there, you don't have a taste problem. So besides the smell is too, another sign that there is some disruption, things are out of whack in the gut is what is going on with your taste. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both. So, do you both have any closing remarks that you would like to leave with the listeners today as we close off?
A quick one. The father of medicine. Let thy food be thy medicine. Let thy medicine be thy food. Find all the possibilities of using your fruits, your vegetable, all this, the food that you are eating or using, even on your skin. Let that become your lifestyle. Go plant based. Over
Th-
to you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And the type of microbes you have in your gut determine what they choose from the menu. If you have the bad bacteria dominating the gut because you kill off the good ones, you're gonna go for the burgers, you're gonna go for the fries, you're gonna go for the pizza, you're gonna go for the donut, you're gonna go for the milkshake, the dairy chocolate. Those bad bacteria put in your order. But when you shift the gut with a tummy probiotic product, you will begin to order from the menu more intelligently and deliberately. You choose the things that will feed the good microbes, and therefore you restore them and you are able to regain good health. So the quality of the microbes that have in your gut will determine your choice you make on the menus on the menu boards of life. Thank you for saying.
Thank you. So, thank you
Thank you.
both today. That was some great information. I trust that our listeners have received all of this today and will make the avid change. We do look forward to continuing further conversations with you all next week as you'll join us back again for the Omega Health Corner. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you
we want to
also.
thank you, Lady Manning. It's good to have this kind of exposure, this platform, to be able to educate, to inform the community. We really appreciate it, and we thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. So, looking forward to speaking with you both once again. You have a blessed rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank
Listeners, we trust that you received the information today. We have received some wonderful, it was a lot of information, but it's useful to you. And so we hope that you will join us once again here on the Omega Health Corner as we will continue giving you more information about your body, about your system, how to live a healthier lifestyle, have a better habits, better diet. But if you would like to learn more or gain support, or if you would like to purchase those products, the Atomy probiotics, prebiotics, the Finezyme, if that intrigued you, to break down the animal fat if you eat meat. If you would like to learn more about the products, and if you would like to get one of these products for yourselves, no matter where you are in the world, you can give us a call at 954-773-8377 or 876-204-9356. You can give us a call at any of those numbers. The 876 number is also a WhatsApp enabled number. So let me give you those numbers once again. It's 954-773-8377 and 876-204-9356. You can give a call to get more information, to place your order, and find out more as well of what other products are available to you, because the body is a whole system and it has so many different moving parts. And as we're learning today, we have a second brain. How many of us can say that before this program today, we knew that information? So there are so many things about our body that we know about, that we don't know about, and we need to take better care of our body. As we know, our body is a temple of the living God. And so we have to take care of our body, make it a nice, comfortable, healthy house. Amen. So we're inviting you to please give us a call to get in on this, to receive these products, to help yourselves, help your body, help you to live a healthier life. So once again, the number today, if you would like to call, if you would like information on these products, is 954-773-8377 or 876-204-9356. If you have questions, you can call those numbers as well. So thank you all for tuning in today. We trust that you received this information. It was a lot of information and so useful, so helpful. Even I've learned so much today as well. And so it was a great, great segment of the Omega Health Corner today. We would like to thank Dr. Clive Campbell and Mr. CJ for joining us today as our co-host today with this segment. It was a wonderful time. I hope that you took use of this information. Make sure you're going to bed on time and getting your proper rest. Your body goes into a healing stage, a healing time from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. How many of us knew that prior to this conversation today? And even if you did know, here is your reminder to go to bed on time. And I know for some of us that might be difficult because of work schedules and different things. Life happens, lives. So we know that. But it's also important that you just take the time to put into your body what will help your body, and to stop putting things into your body that is not helping you but destroying you. So it's a wonderful time today on the Omega Health Corner. We had a wonderful segment, I believe so. I trust that you all enjoyed yourselves as well. But thank you for joining us for the Omega Health Corner today. We will be back next week with more ways to help you live healthier. So we're inviting you all to tune back in every Saturday right here on Omega Radio for the Omega Health Corner. You can contact the Omega Wellness Center at 954-773-8377 or 876-204-9356. We have so many other different products here for you all available for you. If you're in Jamaica, yes, we can supply there as well. If you're in Canada, yes, we can supply there as well. If you're in the UK, yes, we can supply there as well. And if you're in the United States, yes, we can supply to you in the United States. So we're inviting you to please get in on this. Take care of your bodies. The Bible tells us that the Lord wishes above all for us to prosper and be in good health. And so a part of that is knowing what to put into your body, knowing what you shouldn't be putting into your body, knowing how to take care of your system and learning about your system. So we trust that you enjoyed this program today and that you will tune back in next week, Saturday at the same time on the same station. So this is yours truly, Pastor Upton Manning. I was here with you today, keeping you company, leading this segment of the Omega Health Corner. And I trust that you enjoyed it today. So we will continue to keep you updated, continue to bring you awesome information, useful information, great information to help you to live a healthier life. So thank you for tuning in today. May you continue to stick and stay with us here on Omega Radio as we have more lined up for you. This was the Omega Health Corner, and we thank you for tuning in with us today.
Drained or tired? Or just not feeling right in your body? You could be in need of a detox, an Omega Detox from the Omega Detox Health and Wellness Spa. It could help you with losing weight, easing stress, menstruation pain relief, headache relief, insomnia relief, improving fatigue, promoting blood circulation, and to relax your muscles. To book your appointment today, call 954-773-8377. Plus, get your post-detox care kits. Omega Detox Health and Wellness Spa.
It's the #1 radio in the atmosphere, here, there, and everywhere. Omega Radio.
Need property sales data for Jamaica? Use the National Land Agency's Jamaica Property Sales Data JAMPROP application to assist you with information regarding the transfer of registered titles, registered mortgages, as well as sale prices of properties. To register for JAMPROP, all you need is internet access. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or visit nla.gov.jm. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal to serve you better.
Is your peace of mind protected? When it comes to your home, business, or vehicles, you deserve the best. choose Hawkeye. From our superior scalable wireless alarm systems to our team of reliable, competent installers, we've got you covered. We offer a full range of security solutions, including vehicle and fleet management, professional guard services, CCTV, advanced alarm systems, gate and intercom solutions, and even electrified fencing. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Hawkeye today at 926-HAWK. Hawkeye, securing what matters most.
Looking your best just got easier. Brand new garments are sold every day, but many require tailoring for the perfect fit. And when altered by inexperienced hands, clothing can lose its shape, structure, and value. Don't take that risk. SP Alterations and Dry Cleaning Service. Your neighborhood experts in professional tailoring and garment care. From hemming and resizing to suits, wedding attire, and expert dry cleaning. They handle every garment with precision and care. New customers receive 20% off their first service. Stop by today at 4964 University Drive in Lauderhill or visit spalterations.com or call at 954-694-1415. Tell them you heard it here on Omega Radio. SP Alterations, where the perfect fit meets professional care.
See all my other face bruise up? They beat me just because I said I'm tired.
I'm only 13, but they said if I work harder, they will make me go back home.
Me not have no birth paper nor no ID. Them have all of my documents them.
Forced labor is one of the many forms of human trafficking. To report suspected cases of human trafficking, call the nearest police station, 119 or 888-PROTECT. A message from the Ministry of National Security and Peace.
My Mega Mart.
With so much to do in one location, make Mega Mart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy, all in one amazing location. My Mega Mart, the best value by far.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
More parts, more brands, same Berts you trust. From Audi to BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Volkswagen, we bring premium German service and suspension parts straight from Europe to Yard. No waiting on imports, no delays, just quality parts available when you want them. Visit any of our locations, Camp Road, Malines Road, or Hagley Park today. More parts, more brands, same Berts. It hurts if you don't check Berts.
We have to protect the woman and the youths now. Elderly in a fear them get shoot down. Yo, me tired if me tell you not the truth.